Have you ever reached a point in your deepest aspirations where the path ahead seems impossibly long? The goal too distant, and your own strength wanes, leaving you on the brink of despair? What happens when all your efforts, all your sacrifices, yield no apparent progress, and the very possibility of success fades into doubt? What ignites the flicker of hope when the spirit is on the verge of extinguishing its own flame? Today, we journey into a lesser-known but profoundly inspiring moment in the life of Siddhartha Gautama, the Bodhisattva, just before his ultimate enlightenment. This isn't a story about grand miracles or cosmic battles, it's a poignant tale of quiet desperation, profound empathy, and the unexpected wisdom found in the most humble of creatures. Prepare to discover how a seemingly futile act of perseverance, observed in a tiny squirrel, became a pivotal source of inspiration for the future Buddha, reminding us that even in our darkest moments, the power to persist resides within us, waiting for a simple catalyst to ignite. Chapter 1. The Seeker's Despair, a Mind on the Brink. Our story unfolds during a pivotal, yet agonizing, period in Siddhartha Gautama's relentless quest for enlightenment. Having renounced his princely life and abandoned the extremes of both indulgence and asceticism, he was now diligently practicing the middle path, engaging in profound meditation and seeking the ultimate truth of suffering and its cessation. However, the path to enlightenment, even for a being of his extraordinary resolve, was not without its trials. He endured many difficulties, many moments of doubt, before reaching his ultimate goal. There came a particularly challenging day when Siddhartha felt profoundly disappointed, his spirit weighed down by the sheer enormity of his goal and the apparent lack of progress. He had dedicated years to this arduous spiritual quest, enduring long periods of intense meditation and profound physical deprivation, even pushing his body to the brink of death through extreme asceticism before realizing the futility of such a path. He had troubled his body for a long time, remained hungry and thirsty, enduring immense physical and mental discomfort. But despite all this unwavering effort and sacrifice, he did not yet see the tangible possibility of achieving his goal. The elusive truth seemed as distant as ever. There came a critical juncture, a moment of profound crisis. When he got truly frustrated, he began to lose faith in his own ability. Consumed by self-doubt, he could not believe in himself, whether he would ever be able to succeed or not. He was so deeply discouraged that he contemplated giving up his entire search for enlightenment. Abandoning his profound purpose, even his very life seemed to lose its meaning. Shrouded in a pervasive gloom, lost in such dark, gloomy, and depressive thoughts, feeling the dry despair of his inner state, he also felt a deep physical thirst. He went to a lake nearby, seeking to quench his thirst with its cool waters. He sat wearily on the bank, dipping his tired feet into the cool, refreshing water, perhaps hoping to find some physical solace for his parched body and heavy heart. As he sat there, consumed by his own inner turmoil, he heard a sound, a faint splash, repeated at rhythmic intervals. Buddhist insight. This opening establishes Siddhartha's experience of dukkha, suffering, particularly sankhara dukkha, the suffering of conditioned existence, and the dukkha of striving without apparent result. His state of disappointment and self-doubt, even after years of practice, is relatable to any sincere seeker on a spiritual path. It highlights that the path to enlightenment is arduous and tests one's viriya, right effort. His contemplation of giving up underscores the human vulnerability to despair when faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles. His physical thirst mirrors his deeper spiritual thirst, setting the stage for a subtle, yet profound, lesson from an unexpected source. Chapter 2. The Squirrel's Lesson, Unwavering Perseverance in the Face of the Impossible. Consuming by his own inner turmoil and physical exhaustion, Siddhartha's attention was drawn to the sound of the splashes. Locating the source of the persistent sound, he saw a small, determined squirrel repeatedly taking a plunge into the lake. Each time, she would come out, shake her tiny body vigorously to shed a few drops of water clinging to her fur. And then, with unwavering resolve, run back to the lake to repeat the process. Siddhartha, with his profound insight and intuition, which he was always capable of accessing even in moments of despair, immediately understood the poignant truth of the scene. He knew that her 2 baby squirrels had tragically drowned in the lake. The mother squirrel, driven by an immense, desperate love, was trying to drain away the water of the entire huge lake. Drop by painstaking drop, by dipping her body, shedding a few drops clinging to her fur, and shaking them off onto the dry dust of the bank, she was trying, in her overwhelming grief and boundless love, to drain the whole lake dry so that she could hopefully recover her 2 drowned babies. She went on doing this repeatedly, tirelessly, for hours, her tiny form a testament to unyielding dedication. It was a deeply moving scene, a raw display of a mother's love and desperate perseverance, which flashed vividly in Gautama's frustrated and weary mind. He was profoundly touched and unexpectedly inspired by the sheer perseverance of this tiny creature. This small squirrel, desperately trying to rescue her drowned babies against all odds. From a logical perspective, the squirrel's effort was utterly pointless. Her effort was bound to fail, as draining a vast lake by taking a few drops at a time was mathematically impossible. Yet, it was precisely her unwavering persistence, her unshakable determination in the face of an impossible task, that profoundly touched Gautama. He saw a mirror of his own struggle, but also a radical lesson in resilience. He realized, with startling clarity, that while such a small creature, so seemingly insignificant, could possess the immense willpower to ceaselessly try to soak the water of a huge lake, even when success was logically impossible, then why should he, a human being of vast intellect and profound purpose, give up? If this tiny squirrel could persist with such boundless dedication out of love and desperation, then surely he, Siddhartha, could persist in his quest for universal liberation. This seemingly simple incident became a pivotal, transformative inspiration for the future Buddha. In that moment, his self-doubt began to dissipate. Replaced by a renewed, unshakable resolve, he decided to persist and persevere in his relentless search for truth and enlightenment, no matter how distant the goal might seem. And once again, imbued with fresh determination, he sat for deep meditation under the shady tree beside the lake. But this time with ultimate faith in his heart, and with even more profound dedication than before. It is said that after this incident, revitalized by the squirrel's unyielding spirit, Gautama Buddha achieved his ultimate goal of enlightenment. Buddhist insight. This parable highlights virya, right effort, perseverance, as a crucial quality for achieving enlightenment. Siddhartha's despair represents the common human experience of dukkha, suffering, and avidya, ignorance, when faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The squirrel's seemingly futile but unwavering effort becomes a upaya, skillful means, provided by the universe, or subtle karmic forces, to inspire Siddhartha. It teaches that true effort is not always about immediate visible results, but about unshakable dedication born from pure intention, sadhana. His realization connects human willpower to this simple act, reigniting his saddha, faith, in his own potential. The immediate attainment of enlightenment after this moment underscores that breakthrough often comes after all mental blocks, like doubt, are cleared by a profound shift in perspective. Conclusion. The unshakable spirit, persist, believe, and conquer your goals. You see, in your life, we will inevitably find that there are times when our goals, no matter how grand or deeply desired, begin to look impossibly far away. In those moments, frustration can set in, doubt can creep into our minds, and we start losing faith in ourselves, in our own capabilities. The more we desperately try to go towards our goal, the more it seems to recede, moving further and further away, creating a sense of endless striving and profound dissatisfaction. In such moments of despair, in such times when our spirit threatens to falter, we should remember this inspiring story of the tiny squirrel and the immense lake. We must remember that even the greatest goal, the most challenging aspiration, can be achieved through tireless, persistent, and unwavering efforts. The power lies not just in the action, but in the unshakable determination that fuels it. When you move toward any goal, always move with unwavering determination. Do not let the thought of failure, the insidious whisper of doubt, ever come to your mind, for that is the true poison. Because believing in yourself is the first secret to success. It is the fundamental cornerstone upon which all progress is built. Never give up on any task, no matter how daunting, by feeling nervous or overwhelmed with frustration. If we try continuously, with unwavering resolve, and if we steadfastly keep faith in ourselves, in our own inherent potential, then we will definitely, inevitably, get success. Key learnings for your personal Buddha story. Perseverance, virya, in the face of despair. The story teaches that even when a goal seems impossible and you're on the verge of giving up, unwavering perseverance, inspired by a tiny creature, can reignite your resolve. Application. When your goals feel distant, remember the squirrel. Break down the task into tiny, manageable dips. Focus on the next small step, rather than the overwhelming whole. Persistence, not perfection, is the key. Overcoming self-doubt. Siddhartha's moment of doubt was conquered by the squirrel's example. Believing in yourself is the foundational secret to success in any endeavor. Application. Cultivate saddha, faith, in your own potential. Challenge negative self-talk. Remind yourself of past achievements and your inherent capacity for resilience. Your inner belief is a powerful motivator. The power of unwavering determination, the squirrel's determination, despite the apparent futility of its task, illustrates that the purity of intention and resolve can attract positive outcomes. Application. Set your intention clearly. Let your determination be like a single pointed arrow, focused on your goal. Don't let external circumstances or perceived impossibilities deter your inner resolve. Inspiration from unexpected sources. Wisdom and motivation can come from the most humble of places or creatures. The universe often provides exactly what we need, if we are open enough to perceive it. Application. Practice mindfulness, sati, and open awareness in your daily life. Pay attention to seemingly insignificant details or encounters. They might hold the very inspiration or insight you need. Connecting effort to enlightenment. Siddhartha's renewed effort after this incident directly led to his enlightenment. This reinforces the Buddhist principle that consistent, wholesome effort is vital for spiritual progress and ultimately, liberation. Application. Understand that persistent effort, rooted in faith and wisdom, is the path to achieving your highest aspirations, both worldly and spiritual. Don't mistake patience for passivity. The Buddha's profound wisdom from this timeless parable invites us to cultivate an unshakable spirit, to believe in our own boundless potential, and to persist with unwavering determination, knowing that even the greatest goals can be reached through tireless effort and an unyielding heart. This is the essence of your authentic Buddha story. Thank you for watching, and may you always carry the profound peace and illuminating wisdom of these stories within your heart. Join our growing community by liking this video and subscribing to Buddha Story, where ancient wisdom beautifully meets modern mindfulness. What seemingly impossible goal will you choose to persist towards with unwavering determination this week? Share your reflections and experiences in the comments below. Until our next encounter, may your path be filled with profound peace, deep understanding, and the radiant light of your own awakening.